All right, team, we got a lot of stuff we got to do today. We're going to be doing a spring overseeding. It is 50 some degrees outside, 55 degrees outside. My soil temps are almost there. We're supposed to be in the 70s all next week, and it's supposed to be raining. So we got thin spots all over the lawn. You know, this lawn was established in October last year, so it didn't get enough time, you know, to germinate everywhere. And so we're going to overseed on that. And then also where the city was digging after my lawn was just starting, that is a huge hole in the middle, and you know, you can trip on that. So excuse me, we're gonna level that out and overseed on that. And then also where the mailbox is, there's still some bare spots over there that there wasn't enough time because it was too cold to germinate. And then over on the other side of the lawn, that's a whole nother renovation. But the process that I'm going to be doing today is, a lot of people aerate. I'm going to be verticutting with my Allen. You know, some people do both, aerate or verticut. It's whatever to me. And then I'm going to be top dressing with the sand soil mix that I used last year for all the low spots and using my level. And then we're going to be using, also picked up one of these things, Landsy peat moss spreader. So we're going to try that thing out, and then we're going to overseed with the Seed Superstore. So let's get all this stuff down before it rains. So when doing the overseeding process or the seeding process, you want good seed to soil contact. So, you know, you can use a rake and rake up the yard. It'll help, it'll fluff the grass up. That way the seed can get down to the soil. Plus it'll agitate the top layer of soil. That way your seed can get close to it and touch it. That way you can get proper germination. You don't need to have a verticutter. Aerating does make things easier. It gets the seed into the soil. You know, if you want to rent one of those, you know, you can do that. I hear those things are really tough to use. I'm going to use a verticutter with the machine, or you can use the Sunjo. A lot of people have the Sunjo. You can use the Scarifying, and all these ways work, you know. All right, let's get some verticutting going. All right, look at that. Getting quite a bit of nasty out of there. It's scratching the surface, you know, and that's what we want to get the seed to soil contact. So, all right. All right, so this is my really big problem area here. This is where the city dug up, and this whole area, they dug up this whole thing, and this is the only thing that's left that hasn't grown in, but there's a huge dip. So I'm gonna fill up this whole area. I got the mailbox behind me, and then there's one more spot. So I'm gonna toss all this stuff on there, get the level, and then after that, we're gonna throw some seed, some starter fert, and some weed preventer, which is actually in the starter fert. So, all right, here we go. I've been letting it dry out for the past couple days, and this level sucks. So now that I got this all leveled out, cleaned it all up around there, I used the Scarifier again, I went around and picked it all up. I'm gonna seed these bare spots a little bit heavier, and I got this little whiz thing. These things are okay, so. So the lawn's a little bit thinner over there, so I'm gonna go a little heavier over there, but I'm basically just gonna put it in here, set it at a low setting, go back and forth, crisscross, just like I'm fertilizing. All right, now we got this Scott's starter, which is now step 1 with their program. This stuff has mesotrione in it, the tenacity stuff, so it'll make all the weeds like turn white as they come through. Let's put this down and get some peat moss on there. All right, we're racing against the rain here. It's starting to sprinkle, so hopefully we can get this in here. peat moss is a good indicator of when you have to water. When you put it on top, you can see when it gets dark and when it's dry. And also it helps push the seed down into the soil, because I'm not top dressing with dirt or sand right now. This peat moss will, as you water, it'll help push it down to get that good seed to soil contact. Now we wait. Day 2. Day 4. Day 8. All right, guys, you saw the germination at 8 days on the big spot. Here's the little spots. It's April 17th. It's day 13, and it's grown in right there. That's the baby stuff. And then let's check out the road hole over here where the mailbox was. Look at that, looking good. And then you can see here the bleaching that's going on from the step 1 starter fertilizer, seed starter. You know, that is the POA that's in the yard. So I'm like working on getting rid of that. But now the big thing about spring seeding, overseeding, is that, you know, you have to establish the roots, because people will say it's not going to make it through summer because it is too new and the roots aren't deep enough and it's just going to get scorched. So if you water regularly, you know, get on that schedule, your grass will survive. If you look at my last lawn, I seeded from bare dirt with Kentucky bluegrass, and it lasted all summer. I had no problems at all going from bare dirt. Doing a spring seeding or overseeding and you're able to use perennial ryegrass, that's going to be your best bet. You know, I'm not saying 100% that it's going to work, but I had Kentucky bluegrass work all last season, and I'm going to get this perennial ryegrass to work. So hopefully this helped you guys out. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take a look at this though. So I work a lot, and I have the family watering the lawn, and that big spot that we had, I have to reseed it because they knocked over the sprinkler and it flooded the entire middle area, and look what happened. It's all yellow. It's just grass, right? Start over again.